U.S. history, Skit. We wanted to dedicate it to Dr. Spinney because Dr. Spinney has been incredible this year, and we are so thankful for all of the knowledge and wisdom that he has imparted to us. So, oh, and by the way, who else would let Lanson wear their overalls?
Nobody judge.
Where's the microphone?
We're here all week.
Mr. Jefferson?
Oh, Mr. Adams.
I must say it is... No, it's not good to see you. I must say, you look rather rotund lately.
Well, you've gotten taller. And if I didn't know better, I'd say you're looking more like Monroe.
I am surprised to see you working at that Heavenly movie production company.
Well, that's a long story.
Which we do not have time for, because we must get straight down to business.
Yes.
Reviewing American TV shows for American viewers.
Quite. American shows for American citizens.
Certainly. Now, up first, I believe we have a commercial regarding something called ambition pills.
Oh?
Action!
Are you sick of not having enough confidence? Are you sick and tired of being the weakest man around? Are you ready for a change? Well then try these little things that PHC shouldn't have. Things called ambition pills. They're guaranteed to turn you into a man, like me. Immediately. Here, try it. Let's go. How do you feel?
I don't feel anything.
Loser.
Sergeant General's warning on this product.
Cut! We don't need that. That's not even required by law. No say though? Scam.
Yes, definitely. Back in my time, though, we didn't need ambition pills. We came pre-programmed.
Yes, though some of us
Well,
had more of it than others.
well, no.
Now, up next is a game show. Action!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the most amazing experiment in democracy since the presidency of Warren G. Harding. Feel your spine shiver and your innards quiver with pure political exhilaration on Deal or New Deal. Please take your places. Thank you. On your left, he's stodgy. He's crippled by paralyzing fear of the unknown. He's blindingly intelligent and also inexplicably dim-witted. He's Herbert Hoover. He also built a dam. All right, thank you very much. And on the right, and don't take that too metaphorically, folks, we have the amazing, the stupendous, the manipulative and politically opportunistic politician with no social philosophy to speak of, FDR! All right, gentlemen, thank you very much for being here. I will offer each of you a briefcase containing one and only one social program. If you choose to accept that program, you alone are responsible for the consequences. If you refuse, the consequences will be passed on to your successor. Are you ready? All right, my lovely assistant has the first briefcase, and Mr. Hoover, the first choice goes to you. Does this lovely briefcase look like something you would like to add to your administration? New deal or no deal?
No deal.
No deal. Oh, I am so sorry. You could have had the CCC, providing jobs to millions and preparing the United States for the impending conflict known as World War II. But your decision has resulted in millions of poverty throughout your administration as your successor takes all the credit for this brilliant idea. I'm sorry, Mr. Hoover, but your time on this program is over. Thank you very much for participating. Let's give them all a hand. Mr. Roosevelt, looks like there's only one briefcase left. So, let's be brief. The final decision's up to you. Deal, new deal, or no deal? Unfortunate, you've chosen the SSA, or the Social Security Administration. Although your program is initially an enormous success, it quickly becomes bloated and overregulated, costing the American taxpayers millions, if not billions of dollars! I hope you're happy with yourself.
Cut. I believe next on the agenda is a beauty pageant.
Hello! We only have a few contestants remaining. If you remember from last week, Miss Korea developed a split personality. So, here they are. Last year's reigning champion, Miss America! Runner-up, Miss USSR. Now, before the final events, I'm sure everyone here would like to hear a few words from our contestants. Miss America?
Despite this cold competition, I'm having a blast. Over the past 4 years, I've been developing skills in grace, poise, diplomacy, and strategery for world peace and nuclear weapons.
And now, word from our sponsors.
We can do it, America, but only with your help. Buy nuclear bombs today.
And now, Miss USSR.
What I do for communist Russia. I do not believe there is American communism. I just feel that there's other countries with communism, like the Iraq, and such as the Australia, and the Baghdad, Iraq. What I do for the proletariat. I mean,
That was simply wonderful and inspiring. Now for the final competition, the arms race. Cut.
I believe what we have next is what looks like to be a 1950s housewife. Action!
Margaret, dear, I'm home.
Matthew, dear, I'm so glad you're home. We've been so lonesome without you. I hope at work went well.
Oh, none of that really matters so long as you're here to take care of Alice and fix my favorite meal and keep the house tidy to perfection. Margaret,
Matthew, dear, here. They're as fond as your feet talking, take off your smelly shoes.
Well, I don't want to be oppressive, but sure.
Oh, well, for dinner, I made a new super duper delicious potato casserole recipe. The one that you've always wanted me to make for you.
Oh, it smells swell. And has Alice been behaving today?
Well, she tried finger painting on the walls.
Oh, Alice, what have we said about finger painting on the walls?
Don't worry about her. Don't even mind Alice. I'll clean it up in a jiff. And Matthew, dear, can I make you a sandwich?
We have a bit about frozen sabotage coming up next. Action!
Hello, Russians. This is your cold spies, man. Look at your nuclear weapons. Now look at ours. Now back at your nuclear weapons, now back at ours. Sadly, your nuclear weapons aren't ours. But if you stopped using those lady-scented spies and started using cold spies, your nuclear weapons could have the destructive capacity of ours. I'm on a horse.
Russian spies who don't want to smell like lady-scented body wash.
Says there was some commercial about some form of deodorant.
Well, if it was, it could use some deodorant. It stank.
Wow, I feel so ambitious!
What's next?
I believe what we have next is a musical number. Yes, some class. Action! Action!
Walt Bisbee Pictures presents the musical motion picture of the decade. A tribute to a masterpiece of American film starring lots of dead people and presented in exciting technicolor.
No, we don't have any time for that.
Up next on the agenda, I believe we have something regarding an avian race.
Oh?
Yes.
Government, what do they call it? Place where they keep birds.
Aviary?
Yes, a government-run aviary.
No doubt one of Teddy Roosevelt's projects. Action!
Tonight, a series of stunning discoveries and revelations as we examine the history of the Roaring Twenties. Join us as we use cutting-edge research to illuminate the most shocking developments in the decade that isn't the 30s. Witness the birth of the sexual revolution as females of ill repute brandish their scandalous hairstyles, aboard with menfolk, and prance about in skirts that shamelessly expose their ankles. Squeamish narcotics may wish to avert their eyes following contains graphic original footage. Witness the unspeakable horrors of the flappers.
There's a fire!
Next week on the channel that's occasionally about history, the Egyptian pyramids, truth or triangles.
I have the oddest sense of deja vu.
What of it?
The man with the triangle, he seemed very familiar.
Well, it was all completely fresh to me.
Well, on to the last show. We're going to be interviewing a newscaster here. So, action!
Good evening, America, and welcome back to Suburban News. Now that we've come back from our break, I'd like to thank Mr. Unitas for bringing us the sports for this evening. So now we're going to move on to weather, and it is a rough one outside. It's a nuclear winter. Gray dust is all over the ground, and when you take your kids outside, you're going to want to take this list of things with you. Hats, mittens, scarves, hazmat suits, very important. So make sure you take that with you, or you will be able to see your kids without wearing any reflective equipment. And this weather broadcast is brought to you in part by the Boom Pow Aluminum Christmas Tree Company. That's right, bringing you your nuclear winter decorations since the beginning of the 1950s. We have the mushroom cloud snow globe, which you can place on your mantle as you sit in front of the dying embers of a burning civilization. And don't forget to buy your very own aluminum Christmas tree, our namesake. You can fit more presents underneath than ever before, because without any need for lights, even the reindeer are glowing.
Did we go wrong somewhere, Jefferson?
I think the Navy would have been a good idea after all.
We've missed one.
There's hope!
If not, we'll have to keep calm and spinning on. Now for the last show, the 2000s.
Oppan Gangnam Style.